Greetings everyone. Today is July 20th of 2022 and I wanted to give you a quick update because back in May I promised you that I would be giving you some videos on a teaching that I call spiritual laws, and I still plan to do that, but a whole bunch of things have happened since I brought the Experience More video series to an end. Mostly I didn't realize it was going to come to an end, and it may not, but I didn't have any more things from the Lord in that in my journal. It kind of stopped abruptly, even though I'm still doing Experience More seminars. So what I wanted to share with you is, once I started putting the notes together on those spiritual laws, I started to get a lot of additional download beyond what I was going to be teaching in those videos. And so I felt like I couldn't rush into it, and that I really needed to take my time with it and make sure that the teaching that I bring to you is going to be valuable to you with the revelation that I received from the Lord. And then the other thing that I wanted to share with you is, in that process, I've had some revelation about two videos that I did. Video number 18 and video number 19. Number 18, that was released on it was released on May 12th, and it was called The Oracle. And then the other one was on May 16th, and that was called The Ottoman Empire. And shortly after I released those videos, my friend called me and said, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know about this. I was listening to a YouTube video, and Jonathan Cahn was being interviewed about one of his books. And in this interview, he mentioned the Ottoman Empire." Well, I was shocked by that because I've never heard anybody talk about the Ottoman Empire. And so while I was on the phone with her, I Googled books by Jonathan Cahn. And what was amazing to me is the book that populated in the search engine was a book called The Oracle. And in his book, The Oracle, in fact, I'm going to show it to you. In that book, he talks about the Ottoman Empire. Well, I was just blown away by that. And I thought, oh my gosh, that word that the Lord gave me was much bigger than what I thought it was. And so just to backtrack, and it might be helpful for you to go back and listen to those videos, but to backtrack, I heard the word oracle the morning of March 23rd. And then in the afternoon, around 2:00 in the afternoon, I heard the words Ottoman Empire. And so I know that just because how God talks to me, I know that this is very significant. And I don't have the fullness of the revelation yet, but what I do want to share with you is something that I read in Jonathan Cahn's book. And what I believe God is saying here is that he is about to bring down a ungodly world empire, because the Ottoman Empire wasn't something that was dissolved. And I believe that the message that he's giving here is that there is an evil elite empire operating in the world today, and that God's going to bring it down. And so I want to just share with you the information that I read out of Jonathan's book on this one particular page. And it is found on page 259 if you want to read it yourself. It says, "Yes and no. It's another double-edged sword, a necessary part of the mystery, the ushering in of the return." Now, the book on the Oracle is the mysteries of the Jubilees, and that's what he's talking about here. So it's ushering in the return. Then he goes on to say, "The church must decrease in worldly power, that it might increase in the power of God. For all things must return to the state in which they were at the beginning of the age. The Jewish people, the world, the faith, and the church." And so that means the return to the book of Acts, the return of true disciples, apostles, and messengers of God, the return of the radical and revolutionary witness that once stood distinct from the world and shined into the darkness, the light of God. It means the return of the power that once broke down ancient walls, made kingdoms shake, opened prison doors, set captives free, turned the world upside down, changed the course of human history, and overcame all things. That, said the oracle, is the ancestral the ancestral possession of this faith. That is its inheritance and its Jubilean return. Each shall return, so too the faith. So too it must return to its own possession. And so this goes on to bring in deeper revelation, but I believe what God is saying here is that there's this evil empire at work in the world today. He's going to bring down the ungodly systems operating through this elite empire, and he's going to cause a return basically to the way that he intended the church to operate as it was operating back in the book of Acts. So I think that is super, super, super exciting. Now, I have one other thing that I wanted to share with you. I am doing a seminar, and I apologize for this late notice, but I have had some health issues over the last several weeks and just haven't been able to get things done. But praise God anyway. So I'm doing a seminar on Saturday, this coming Saturday, on the, it will be on the 23rd, Saturday the 23rd of July. And in this particular seminar, we are going to be teaching, I'm going to be teaching on dream interpretation, coming out of Acts chapter 2:17, where God says, I'm going to pour out in the last days, I'm going to pour out my spirit on all flesh. We're going to have dreams, visions, and we're going to prophesy. So I'm going to be teaching on that. And then we're going to have a panel of people who have the gift of interpretation. And we are going to help people interpret their dreams. And I believe that God is going to launch people and catapult people into their calling, because often God will give people dreams about their calling. But people don't know that it's from God. They don't know how to interpret it. So they don't even know that it's God giving them instructions for what their calling is. So if you can join us, please do. It's going to be at Light in Anoka Church in Anoka, Minnesota, 1033 Jefferson Street, if you live in Minnesota. We are also going to live stream it, and that will be live streamed on the Facebook page, Light in Anoka. So you can find that information there. Now, if you would like us to interpret a dream for you, please email the dream to me no later than Friday, the 22nd, and email it to onlybelieve@paulashaughnessy.com, and I will put that information in the description below so you don't have to figure out how to spell my name. So that is all I have for today, but I just wanted to give you that quick update and let you know that the teaching on spiritual laws is still coming. And I wanted to give you that update on that awesome revelation about the oracle and the Ottoman Empire, and to encourage you that when I first shared the information in those two videos, God was saying, don't be afraid, keep moving forward, because we can experience more, because he's going to deal with the wickedness. He's going to deal with the evil empire. He's going to deal with these things that oppose him. And so I just wanted to update you on that, because I think it's super exciting. I know there's more to come about that revelation, and as I get that revelation, I will share that with you as well. But join us at the seminar this Saturday if you can, and email me a dream if you like the panel to interpret it. God bless.